ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for allowing me to present in this forum our operation and customer experiences through innovations. But before we get started, I'd like to give you a brief background of who we are. Aboitiz Power Distribution Utilities is part of the whole Aboitiz Power business. We consist of 8 utilities throughout the Philippines, serving over 1 million customers. Digitization has significantly improved our operations, allowing us to be more efficient and effective in the way we operate. I'll be going through in more detail all the different innovations that you see here on the slide. So first, we have our Aguila System. This is basically a view of our network, which is superimposed on Google Maps. This allows us graphically to create work order designs if a customer requests for a new extension of a post, an additional line to their property. With this, we use GPS coordinates so we know where the people are, where our assets are, and then it helps us greatly to inform our customers if ever there's a necessary power outage so they can be informed ahead. They can be informed way ahead of time that there will be an outage. The Power Transformer Monitoring System. This is basically a system that covers all the different facets of the power transformer. It's very important that we make sure we have real-time monitoring because these are the backbones of our substations. And the last thing we want is these power transformers to not work properly because of failure of preventive maintenance. So this thing gives us real-time asset conditions to allow us to decide what to do if ever the need comes to replace a part or to change fluids. Vegetation trimming system is important to us as well because this helps us consistently monitor the trees throughout our franchise area and gives us updates on when it's time to trim trees because we don't like trees touching our power lines, which causes trips in our system, which leads to brownouts. Emergency crew vehicle monitoring system is a system that we have in place where we have real-time access to where all our emergency crews are situated throughout our franchises. Our promise to our customers is that we, as soon as they put down the phone identifying a problem or a concern, we make sure that we try to be there within 30 minutes and try to resolve that problem within an hour and a half. So as you can see here, it's the best way to monitor where our crews are to know who to send, the closest to send to the customer to get them there within that 30 minutes. So these load break switches and auto reclosers are basically equipment throughout our franchise, which allows us to instantly transfer power from one feeder to another. That way we can isolate areas that need to be turned off because of a fallen pole, a broken line, all other kinds of causes. And we can reroute the power through our other lines so that the customer only experiences momentary power outages. Digital substations, slowly we are going to be converting all our substations to digital. This way we can control them electronically and they're more cost efficient and flexible, and that they can eventually be able to monitor themselves for our ultimate goal to be a self-healing electrical system. So now that was for the engineering side. For the customer management side, we have all these other innovations, which I again will talk to you one by one. Hawkeye Meters, these are meters that we've put in boxes. They're basically conventional meters converted to digital that are elevated for several reasons. One is to slow down the pilferage within high pilferage areas. It also avoids people from tampering with the meters so that they could be electrocuted. Another thing also that these are electronic meters where we will be rolling out our prepaid solutions, which I'll get more into later on. And then at the same time, we can auto-connect, auto-disconnect. And then that way, we don't have to have our linemen go to areas. For instance, when we had the COVID, there were some parts of the areas in our franchise that were locked down. And this was our way for our linemen to automatically connect, disconnect, our meters to readers to automatically read and bill. This is one that's slowly rolling out in all the franchises, and the Aboitiz Power Distribution Utilities are 100% behind this. It's called the Net Metering Program. For those of you who are unaware, you could install a solar system in your house, on your rooftop, less than 100 kilowatts, and you can join the Net Metering Program. What effectively that does is you can use the power from the solar panel being generated, and if there's any power that's not being used, it's exported to the grid, and we will purchase it from you at the average generation price. So this is getting into effect. We see it more and more being adopted by consumers and customers within our franchise area. We also have, not mentioned here, another subsidiary that handles industrial, because right now there's no rules on systems above 100 kilowatts. So with that, we have our subsidiary that can assist with installing the panels and using your roof, using our equity, and coming up with a deal in which you would purchase the power directly from us. Another one here, we're rolling out our prepaid meters. We already have had several tests, and we will be rolling this out this year and the next in phases to our consumers. Basically, it works as a prepaid cell phone, and this is very effective for people who have multiple houses, condos that they don't live in, and that they just want to use the power 6 months out of the year. That way they don't have to keep connecting, reconnecting, applying for connections. And then we have here our energy trading risk management system. This is basically, from what we understand, the only system in the Philippines. This system has different programs where it receives input from all our suppliers and comes up with a purchasing power plan to guide our purchasers to be able to purchase electricity at the least cost to the consumer. We have a tool, we have an app called Mobile AP. For those of you that are currently residing in any of our franchise areas, I'd like to urge you to download this app, and you can see some of the features here: bill viewing, charts, history, multiple accounts, registration. We will be rolling out more functionality in this app, so stay tuned for all the updates that will be coming up soon. For those of our customers who do not have access to smartphones, we also have Ebuild Text, where we will send an SMS to your phone to remind you that your bill is due and the price and how much you have to pay for your bill. Electricians App is an app that we give to our customers, electricians, so that they can pre-apply for a connection by submitting all the necessary documents. So that way, when they come to the office to apply for a connection, we already have most of the documents, and it's a speedy process in being able to connect somebody. Okay, so that's all the innovations we have for the utility. If there are any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them when the time comes. So thank you very much, everybody, and have a good morning.